at a global level, with this climate crisis, having more local food is one of the very important things to do. Sauerkraut today, that's made with this week's cabbage.
So with the Save the Planet, Gaia, biodiversity loss, how do you think food contributes, and cooking of food, to the students' experience?
Another thing that contributes to my experience is that I hear what's going on in the classroom when I'm cooking with students, and when students are cooking as well, it's a kind of opportunity to build the team and their team and collaborate together, create something that is enormously appreciated. People are so appreciative when they eat at Schumacher College. They don't kind of complain and send it back because it's slightly undercooked, because everyone's kind of cooked together. So I think that cooking together experience, it helps to embed you in what's happening in the garden, what's happening in the land, and we often will discuss about food and where it comes from, and the best ways of cooking, and people who are here have ideas as well. It's not me who has all the right answers, so I learn and people share about cooking and about ecological gardening, regenerative agriculture, and it's very hands-on and it's very rewarding because you're creating something that people appreciate. So I think, based on what I've seen over the years, people usually just love cooking, and they like that. It's because it's quite a sort of nice group experience usually, cooking, that people are around a table cooking and you can talk as you cook. So it kind of it fosters that kind of gentle exchange and exploration. So I think it's very important, and students will also be going in the garden, so they'll be harvesting food which they then later cook. So, and they'll be interacting with the growers who are growing, so they're learning about growing. And at a global level, with this climate crisis, having more local food is one of the very important things to do. The whole way that food is managed and distributed, the carbon footprint that's involved in circulating food around is enormous. I think it accounts for something like half, the almost 30% that is of carbon footprint that comes from anywhere, which is food to do with food. But half of that that's to do with food is to do with delivery and transportation of food and packaging of food. So it's not the actual food itself, it's how it's dealt with. So by having local food, as local as possible, you're reducing that and you're connecting it with climate change. And you can feel you're doing something positive. It's not nearly enough, but it is something positive. And so maybe people feel a bit of that contribution when they're in the kitchen. And we're composting as well. So people are being more aware about leftovers and like this here, you should film that too, Sam, the compost bin. So that's going to go in the Rydan and get composted and go back on the garden. So I think that's closing the loop that you get sense of being creative, closing the loop, connecting yourself to the whole ecology locally and globally, making the connection between things happening locally and things happening globally in a positive and a negative way. So, but I'm sure I could go on.
No, that's perfect. It's such a good answer.
You can look at that sauerkraut today. That's made with this week's cabbage.